Okay, guys, we're recording. Yay! So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with party. But remember, my way is not the only way. It's just a way, and if you like it, that's super cool. And I hope this helps you. But remember that if you look at other people that do parties, that doesn't mean that they're doing it wrong or anything like that. It's just, we're all different. Okay, so I'm going to take you through my party. I'm very excited about that. Let me pull out my little books here and show you my stuff.
That's right for you. Maxi.
Okay, so I have note cards that I use at all my parties, but just recently I think I threw my note cards away, and I think I did that because I wanted to update them, and I feel like you guys should know that if you've been doing the same party for a while, sometimes it's okay to update things. And, you don't have to, like, don't fix what's not broken, but I like to update things from time to time. So I think I've got all my stuff here. Yay! Okay, so I'm at the party and I walk in and I usually get there 30 minutes early. Now, I will be honest and tell you that sometimes if it's like an easy party, like a salsa party or something like that, then I will only get there 15 minutes earlier. And so I tell the hostess that I will be there early, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes early, and it just depends on A, traffic, and B, other things like that, because if it's a super easy to set up party, then I don't usually get there a whole 30 minutes early, because, I don't know, I just don't. But I try to get there earlier so I can talk with the hostess a little bit. So I get there, hi to the hostess, I ask about her day, and I should make friends with her. Like, if you were making a new friend, like, what would you say to them? I want you to think that way. When you're talking to people at the party and when you are at the hostess house, because I think sometimes we get in our mind that we're not as good as them, or we're below them, or they're above us or something because we're giving them a service or because we're doing our job, and that's not true. So you can go in there and just be confident, like, this is my friend, and I'm going to make a new friend, just like as if you were a guest at the party. So just want to let you know that. So I set up my kit. And I bring with me to all my parties, I bring my kit with me. And I don't bring a ton of other things. I usually bring the kit, whatever I'm cooking with. So it's usually like the pressure cooker, the micro pro grill, or the stack cooker or steamer, like one of the things that you cook with. And then I bring the hostess gift set this in the catalog, if I have it, or I try to just bring anything. There have been times that I had it and I didn't bring it, but I do try to bring it every single time because I think it's really, really, really important. So I set it all up, and I don't make a big fuss about the display. I used to make a big fuss about the display. I'm going to tell you why I didn't make a big fuss about the display, because it gets messed up anyways. Like, I try to make the hostess special look really nice and pretty somewhere, like on her counter. But with the kit, where are we going to have it at? Are we going to have it at our dining room table? Are we going to have it while we're sitting at our counter? I want it to be interactive, and so I just set the stuff out so they can touch and play with it. So I don't really worry about it making it look like it's super fancy, right? I just want it to be able to be out so they can touch it. And I do ask beforehand, are we going to be at your kitchen table, or or do you have a counter, or do I need to bring a table? I try not to bring a table if I don't have to, so it's extra work, and then it makes the job look hard. But yeah, so just kind of ask that at the beginning. So now I have that all set up, and guests are starting to come in, right? I use tickets at my parties. I don't use Tupper Bucks at my in-home parties. I use them at my Facebook parties, but not my in-home parties. And it's just because I used to use them, and I found that tickets just work better for me. I like them. I feel like they're easier for me, and I don't like doing an auction at the end personally, so it's why people usually use Tupper boxes for an auction, and I don't like to do that. And so I don't say, oh, here, keep one side and give me the other. I just pass them out because I get these at Dollar Tree and they're cheap. And I say, just put your name or initial on them and keep them in front of you. I'm giving you my setup. I'm going to go through the party, how I'm doing it and what I say. I'm just giving you the pre-setup. I hope that's okay and that you're following it. I use tickets as well. Yeah, the participants do seem to like it. Me too. So anyway, I get out tickets. I'm like, put your name and initials on them, and we're going to do a drawing later, and I'll talk about this in a minute. And they're like, okay. And so, and they try to hand them to me, and I'm like, no. Keep them in front of you so you can have a bragging pile so you know how many that you have or don't have. So you don't have enough, you can get more, And then oh, that's funny. And I'm like, yeah, but it's kind of true. And then I tell them, put your name or initial on right away because people steal. And then sometimes I go, and they're like, my group doesn't steal. And I'm like, oh no, people steal. And my church friends, they steal more than anybody else. They steal tickets real bad. And then they all laugh. I'm like, it's true, guys. People steal tickets. So put your name and initials on them so they can't steal. It's something funny, but it's also true. So there you go. Okay, so I have the ticket. So I'm passing them out. And I'm like, did you bring a pen with you? Grab a pen. I'll give you an extra ticket for a pen. And this is me like interacting with them. And I don't bring pens to the party. And I tell them, I don't bring pens to the party because it's not sanitary for you or for me. Because if I get a pen, I put it in my hair, ear, or mouth. You don't want that. And if you put it in your hair, ear, or mouth, I don't want it back. So then people laugh about it, but I legitimately don't like to bring pens to a party because for me, that's one more thing I have to remember. And that's more stress on me if I forget. And I know that sounds simple, but I try to make everything as simple and stress-free as possible. And that's what I'm going to teach you. Like me, I like everything simple. If it's not simple, I won't do it. So that's what I do about pens. That's what I say. Did you bring a pen? Oh, I'll send you a ticket. So I didn't get a pen. Do you have a pen for her? I'll give you a ticket if you give her a pen. And oh, I have more pens in my purse, you know. Ticket, 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 ticket. Just throw out tickets like crazy, right? Because people love tickets. And so that's what I do at the very beginning. And I'm like, okay, guys, let's do our on-time drawing. And they're like, okay. And everybody's got a ticket, right? And they're like, yeah. And so I do my on-time drawing. And it's usually like a gadget, like nothing expensive, like one of those tiny treasures. When I mean gadget, I mean like a tiny treasure. Or like a snack cup or something small, right? And I make it pretty little bow, because we love bows. And then I'm like, I just pull a name out. I should tell you, I missed this. I should tell you that I actually do an on-time drawing ticket. Like I do that, and I do take. Like I say, this is your on-time drawing ticket. Put your name on it and put it in this box. It's usually my fridge mark. This is your on-time drawing ticket. Put your name on it and put it in here because you were on time. So I didn't say that, but I do. I do one separate drawing from that. Does that make sense? Chat with me. Okay. So tickets are all passed out. So I'm like, all right, guys, let me give you guys your little lap boards so we can get started. And these are my lap boards. I'm literally in the process of changing the stickers out. And when I do, I will share the stickers with you because these I no longer have on a PDF file, okay? But I'm gonna make new stickers. And when I do, I will share them with you. But yeah, that's what I do. So these are just binders. That's all they are. They're binders. And I cut off the sides. And I do buy the ones that have a little thing in the back like this. So I can change out like if there's a sale flyer or like a say yes offer or something like that. Okay, so what do I put in then, you wonder? Oh, let me show you. Remember, I'm using old stuff, so don't judge me. Ah, that's not what I want. Here you are. Okay, what do I put in them? I put in them a catalog. I put in there a sale flyer. And I put in there the long order form. And by the time I'm done with this tonight, you're all going to buy long order forms forever because it's the best thing ever. If you don't buy long order forms, there's very rarely that I'll be like, do it my way because my way is the best. But this is it. This is one of them. My way is the best. It's not my way. It's just a way that I do it that's best. All right, I'm going to give you a couple little tougher hacks right now of what to do and what not to do. Number one, I do a door prize drawing sheet. People tend to put these in their lap boards in the beginning. Don't do that. No. You do not hand these out until the end. What is the difference? I'll go over that. I will. I'm getting there. But these are for the end, just so you know. The end. Okay. I'll get there, I promise. All right, so I pass these out. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. And you guys all have pens because we already went over that, right? Here you go. Pass them all out. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. And so I start literally talking about myself for just a minute. Just a little bit of I story. Hi, guys. Let me introduce myself. My name is Samantha Mashari. I am your Tupperware consultant tonight. Yay! And I get really, like, yay, I'm excited. So nice to have Vicki as our hostess tonight. Thank you so much, Vicki, for being our hostess. I appreciate you all for being here for Vicki's party and for meeting me. I love new friends. It's super great. And I say my smallest I story. I've been in Tupperware for 9 years. So why I got into Tupperware? why I stay, and what my goals are. Why I got into Tupperware, what my goals are, and why I stay. So you guys might want to write this down. Why you got into Tupperware, what your goals are with Tupperware, and why you stay with Tupperware. Super short. I do say how long I've been in because some people like that. So I'd say, hi, I've been in for 9 years. I got into Tupperware because I was working 3 jobs and I really wasn't making ends meet, and someone told me I could make a lot of money with Tupperware, so I decided to try it. And my goal with Tupperware has always been to make this a sustainable income for my family so that I can do this full time from home and I don't have to worry about having 3 or 4 or 5 jobs, right? And so far it's been doing really great for me and my family. And the reason why I stay with Tupperware is because it's been so great for my family. And sometimes I always throw in there that my goal is to help, because it's true, my goal is to help lots of other women or men out there that have the same exact vision or goal that I have. You know, so if you have the same vision or goal, so I say that too, but I just say those 3 things really, really quick. And then I go, okay, so can I have my hostess come to the front? Can I have my hostess come to the front? And I will tell you, I've done this a couple different ways. You can choose which way you like. I went to a craft store, Packatans or Michael's, and I bought like a little crown. Not one that breaks, almost like soft foam, like princess crowns that go around your head. And I put that on the hostess. You're our princess for the night, and I want to give you lots of presents. And so then I give her hostess gifts. So I give her like whatever's current now, the dating gift, which right now is the mini salt and pepper shakers. I wrap them up really cute, right? And then I usually give her just a couple more like gadgets. Just gadgets, okay? That's all I give. Nothing, and when I mean gadgets, I mean tiny treasures. So I usually buy the tiny treasure bag. It's only like, what, $7 or $8? And I just give her a bunch of little things like that, you know. It depends on the party, you know. I mean, if I have a hostess that's been really great with me on the phone and I knew she was going to have a lot of people there, I might give more presents. If I have a hostess that has been like a pain in the drain and I just kind of wish she'd go away a little bit and she's tried, I'm going to give her as many presents. I'm just going to be honest with you on that. But there is one present that I always give. Always. And I'm going to get it out of my drawer here, so hang on a second. Because I just realized I didn't yet. Not that drawer. What drawer are you in? Here they are. Okay. I'm sorry, Edison. Just kind of puts my dog with my chair. Every single hostess gets one of these. These are things that you're going to have to go. You're going to go on as soon as we're done with Computer Facts. And you're going to buy this stuff on sales days. You're going to have to. You must always bring 2 funnels to a party with you. One funnel you do not give away right away, but you do wrap it up all pretty with a little bow. Okay. And this goes to your hostess. And you do this at the beginning because I call this hooking up my hostess. That's what I call it. You can call it whatever you want, but that's what I call it. And so I say at the very end, after I've given her all her little gadgets and I told them what they're for, and she's so excited, and I say, now I got one for you that's super special. And I'm giving you these tips because they actually really do help. Like, there's like a point to them, okay? I pull it out and I'm real serious. I'm going to give you the magic funnel. You gotta be serious. And she's like, a magic funnel? Let me tell you what the magic funnel is. I'm going to say this quick, so you guys better keep up. And they're like, all intrigued. Everybody in the party's intrigued. I go, okay, you put a mini marshmallow in here. You spray this with Pam. You're going to melt the chocolate. You're going to put the melted chocolate in here. Then you're going to put this in the freezer for 5 minutes. Then you're going to pull it out of the freezer. Then you're going to pop this out. And you're going to put aluminum foil around it. Giant Hershey Kiss. Magic. Everybody at the party, and trust me, you need to practice that. That's not something you can just say like that without practice, I promise. So everybody at the party goes, ooh, like almost in unison every time, right? And I'm like, and this is for you because you're my hostess. You know, I'm really excited. She's excited about it. And everybody wants this magic funnel. They have no idea there's another one in my bag, which I'll get to at the very end. But this is the magic funnel. I've hooked up my hostess. We're moving on. So then I say, all right, guys, can you get your lab boards out for me and pull out this sheet right here and open it all the way up for me? And they all do it because I don't ask, I tell. I'm bossy. And I want them to do things that I want to do. If you ask, they won't do it. Just like with your kids, you ever ask them, can you put your shoes on, please? No. I didn't ask you. Well, actually, you did. You know? You gotta be like, put your shoes on, right? Okay. So I have them open this up, and I go, okay, guys, I need you to go ahead and fill out the name, address, phone number, and email at the very top for me. It just makes things so much easier to do it right now. Nobody actually asks questions. They just do it. And then I walk around. Thank you for doing that. And get tickets. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for, look at that. Look at you filling out your order form. You're not filling out your order form. You're going to want to, you know, and like the one person's talking about the order form. She's like, oh, okay. And she fills it out. Ticket, right? So I have all of their information right now, and you do it at the beginning. At the beginning, it's so important, and this will make sense why later. Okay. While they're filling it out, and you can see that they're starting to stop before you lose them and they start like talking. Let me highlight this so you can see. I usually do this before my party. I highlight this one line. And by now, I've already picked out my favorite people at the party. I hate to say it, but I have, okay? I've already picked out the people that I'm just like, I like you, I want to party with you so much, right? And so I walk up to the person that I like the most. And so let's just, oh, I see Callie. Hi, Callie. So I'm going to walk up to Callie and say, hey, Callie, can you do me a favor? And I slip her a ticket. Can you read the highlighted line in the first box? And she goes, okay. And she's, I'm interested in a party. I don't even let her get the words out. I go, woohoo! I literally do that. If you're not your personality, figure out some way to do it. Callie's gonna do a party. She's our first party dating. I'm so excited for you, Callie. And then everybody kind of laughs and giggles, you know. And sometimes I get, and I go, oh, we'll talk about it later, right? Or sometimes I just get a laughter, you know. And I'm like, and just so you know, anytime tonight, if you guys decide that you want to have your own Tupperware party, I'm going to give you all these tickets just for having one. And I have prizes or presents. I usually do bring, like, bribery gifts. Nothing big. You know the stuff in the back of the sale flyer, like this? Like, these were really inexpensive. I usually do buy those, like, extra here and there because we get them so inexpensive. Like, I'll buy, like, 3 or 4 of them. Not a lot before that's up. And then I wrap them all up. And I put them in, like, bags, like, you know, gift bags, and I say, this is a present for anybody who decides to do a party with me. And I do say, and this is an old one because my new one's in my new bag. And I say, on the dates that I have highlighted. So it's not like 5 months from now. It's not highlighted dates. And they're like, okay, you know. And so I say that. And then I go to the next person and I say, let's see, who else do I have here? Kendra's here. Kendra, can you read that highlighted line in the second box? And she goes, I'm interested in a fundraiser. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you know that Tupperware has fundraisers? You can get 40%. 40% of the sales that go to your organization. And it doesn't have to be an organization, it can be a specific person maybe, right? And I let them know, if you're interested in that or want some more information on that, please check that box and let me know so that I can give you information on it at the end of the party. And they're like, oh, okay. Most people don't even know that we do fundraisers, right? And then I say, which is the next person, like, oh, Johnny, can you read that last line in the last 2 boxes? And he'll say, I'm interested in full-time opportunity or part-time opportunity. Johnny, you are. That's so fantastic. That's so great. Let me tell you that we offer full and part-time opportunities, and throughout the party, you're going to see that we make a whole lot of money and have a whole lot of fun, and I'd love to have you on my team if you decide to. Go ahead and check those boxes. Don't spend a lot of time there, but I do use this, okay, because I want them to see it, and it kind of starts the sprinkling. You need to sprinkle throughout the whole party, right? That's what you need to do. So that's part of your sprinkling. And then I tell them, I also want you guys to use this little worksheet. So if there is anything here that you have questions about or anything here that you want me to look up or need right here, write it right here. This is like our communication. And tonight, if there's anything here that you like, it's all in the catalog numbered. You just put a star right by it, and I know that that's going to be your like list. I don't say wish list, I use the word like list. And I say that because tonight, let's just say Kendra wants like 6 or 7 or 8 things on her like list, but it doesn't fit her budget. Totally cool, Kendra. I understand. However, what if one of those 6 or 7 things is a really high dollar item and it went on sale for half off? Wouldn't you like me to call you and tell you, Kendra, that it's half off? And then she's like, yeah, right? They all go, yeah, I totally would. So that's my customer service for you. Is like to call you when things go on sale. Is that okay with you? Would that be all right with you if your favorite shoes from Macy's went on sale and they called you? I bet you they would. And so that's why I just kind of look at them like, oh, thanks. And they like, this is going to be our worksheet tonight. I have a message. I have orders that can make up a party. 75. I always think most pieces so I can bust them up the rhymes. Bree is always, I agree with you. I did the exact same thing, Patricia. Exact same thing. Especially with that new 6-piece mini set. I was like, woohoo! Okay. So then I tell them, again, this seems like it takes a long time because I'm explaining it, but it really doesn't. Like, I spend about 10 minutes here. Okay, and then I tell them, just so you know, this is Silkwire, this is Full Line Catalog. If you have any questions, you can look through at the party if you'd like. Feel free to ask questions because questions get you tickets. Not all questions, just good questions. And I clarify that because I actually had somebody more than once say, what's your middle name? Where do you live? Where are you from? I'm like, those are not questions that are going to get tickets. You know, and then they, so I'm supposed to. So then I'm done with this. All done. For just a moment, like, you know. Okay. I'm going to tell you this next segment that I'm doing, and I'm also going to share my screen when I'm done because I want to show you something. Because I'm not going to go through the demo. I mean, I'm going to tell you like a little bit about what I demo, but I'm not going to go through the whole process of it. But I'm going to tell you that I have had hecklers in the past at my party. If you've had any hecklers ever at your party, please comment below yes. And by hecklers, I mean somebody at your party that just is negative, right? And you're like, shut up! Why did you even show up? In my head, you're screaming that, right? Why did you even show up if you're just going to be mean and question everything I say? Just stay home. Nobody wants you here, right? And I think that even though we're screaming that in our head, that's usually somebody who just really wants attention, right? It's not someone who's really being rude or mean or nasty. They just want attention. So you guys have hecklers. Let me tell you how to get rid of the hecklers. Are you ready? So I have a game, and I usually bring a whistle straw with me. And I actually hate whistle straws. And if there are children at the party, I will not get a whistle straw out because children and whistle straws and me do not get along at all. So I will bring one with me, and if there are no children there, then I'll bust out the whistle straw, and if not, then I make up something else. So I give whistle straw, and I say, you guys, we're going to play a little game throughout the whole entire party. It's going to be cop and cheerleader. Oh, and by the way, I have a little pom-pom that I got at like Dollar Tree, and I say, okay, so I want you to be my cheerleader, and I go over to someone who's like been super fun already, and I'm just like, okay, so Kelly, you're going to be my cheerleader, right? And so I'm going to give you this pom-pom, and every single time that you hear something fantastic and great, I want you to be like, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo. And I'll say, let's try it. Let's go ahead and pretend I just said something great. Go ahead and do it. And then she'll go, okay, woohoo, woohoo. I'm like, yay. And I give you a ticket, right? Maybe a couple tickets. She's like, really? But she's a cheerleader, not a cheer soloist, right? So you guys can help her out, right? And then like, yeah. And then I go to the person who I think is going to, like, if I already know who my heckler is going to be, I go to the person sitting next to him. If not, I go to someone who I think is going to be, like, you know, pretty amazing at doing this. And I go, you're going to like hop. So Kendra, you're going to like hop. And here's your little whistle. And anytime anybody at this party says something bad about the Tupperware, about me, about your hostess, or just is negative in general, girl, I want you to blow that whistle at them. I want you to blow that whistle and let them know that we do not need negative Nellies here because I have only 2 rules at my party. And number 1 is to have a good time. And number 2, there are no negative Nellies. If you're not having a good time, then that means I did not do my job. And if you are not, and you are a negative Nelly, we don't want that. We're going to whistle you right out. And people laugh at that, but it helps. So I go, let's practice. Let's pretend someone said something negative. What are you going to do? And then she blows the whistle like, oh, we don't want to hear that horrible noise. So let's just not be negative Nellies and have a good time. And I give her a couple tickets too. It works because you get one person that starts being negative and then that cop will start blowing that whistle, right? And then, or I'll say, are you being negative? And then she'll blow the whistle and you can make a fun thing out of it, right? And then no more. You're welcome. You're going to love me for that later. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen. Are you guys ready? I'll show you something. Okay, oops. I have a website tw.teamspirit.weebly.com. You might have heard of it. I talk about it sometimes. Go to the more, and you can say how to do a party. You see that right there, the little smiley face, and you click on it. And you wait for it to load, and you're gonna see that every one of my note cards are right here. So I have use note cards every party to help you stay on track. The first one literally is just bullet pointed. Welcome guests, hand out tickets, hand out live boards, thank the hostess. We just did that, right? On note card number 2, this is my cop and cheerleader game. I announced them there are 2 rules of the party. You must all have a good time, and there's no negative Nellies. And this weeds out the hecklers party. And it says right here, it literally tells you what it is. So you could copy and paste this and print this and put it onto a note card, or you can write it on. And that's it for the beginning, because there's a beginning. I forgot to tell you this. There's a beginning, and there's a middle, and there's an end to every single party. Break that up. Middle, beginning, middle, and end. This is the beginning. My beginning and my end is what takes the longest. The middle, which is the demonstration, actually doesn't take as long as everything else. If you practice this and you don't, and I should say if you practice this, you should be able to do this in 1 hour or less, unless you have a party full of talkers, which is okay. I don't mind talkers. I like talkers, but just so you know, that can make it go a little bit longer. Note card number 3, it just simply says, do the demo. This is called the thumbprint of the party. It's the only part of the party that changes. This is the demonstration. This is where the party theme takes place. If you're new, you probably know how to do a salsa party, a breakfast party, an ice cream party. These are the first 3 party themes that you want. Oops. Okay, so that's the middle. That's your demonstration. I literally do not spend a whole lot of time here. It says right here, don't do a demo too long, no more than 15, 20 minutes, if that. Quick, demo, show them the stuff. Get in and get out, okay? And while the thing's cooking, if you need to cook, that's when you're gonna do the end of the party. If you don't need to cook it, then while they're eating it or snacking on it, that's when you're gonna do the end of the party. Does this make sense? I hope so. Now we're gonna come to the end. This is where I spend most of my time. The beginning, even though it seems like it took a lot of time, it really didn't. It's just because of explaining it, okay, just so you know. But this is actually really quick. The middle is somewhat quick. And then the end is where you're going, this is where you're gonna live. This is where you're gonna spend your time. Okay. You know what, I don't have, let me do something here. I'm gonna do something here because I think this will be an easier visual. Easier visual. And I didn't think about this, but now that I'm doing this, I think that you're gonna like it a lot more. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn off my screen because I'm gonna do a visual. One of the biggest things that people have problems with, oh, and don't worry guys, I see that somebody wrote something out back in a minute. One of the biggest things that I have problems with, and most people have problems with, is transitioning through a party. They find that they talked for 2 hours at a party or longer because they don't know how to stop or transition to the next party. That's why I'm breaking this down for you, is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And I bring note cards this day with me to a party. They're actual index cards. And I tell people, I know these note cards by heart, but it helps keep me on track. And then that way, people who are new are like, all she's doing is reading off note cards. I could do that, right? I'm not reading off note cards, but that's how I know how to get around them. So once the note card's done, you flip it over and you go to the next part. You're not rambling. So now you're done with the demonstration. You pick up your note cards. And you have a note card on it. And it says, whatever your name is, my name is Samantha. Samantha, comma, what do I get if I host my own party? And so this is what I do. I go up to somebody and I say, Kendra, I know you had a question you've been dying to ask, and I slip a ticket. Go ahead and ask your question, girlfriend. And I hand it to her. And she laughs, or Ray laughs, and she has a ticket, like slid it in there. And she says, Samantha, yes, Kendra, what do I get if I host my own party? well, Kendra, that's a fantastic question. And then we all laugh again, right? And I say, well, let me show you what you get. And then that's when I go through and I stack my Hostess. So that's why you gotta bring your Hostess gift set with you. You don't have the Hostess gift set, then you can open up the catalog. Remember, this is an old catalog. My new ones are down here. And you can showcase what you get, but it is more powerful to have it in person. Do I think you should buy everything in the whole entire catalog? Nope. But I do think that the things that you should invest in is whatever is the Hostess gift set in the catalog. I believe, the shadow of a doubt, you should buy it because it's going to make you money. People don't always get it, but they date the party because of it. Because like, wow, I got, like, this looks like a lot, but when it's in your lap, wow, you get all of that? Yep, you get all of that, right? So it's powerful, powerful. So I go, you get this. So if I, right now the crystal wave set, you get this piece of crystal wave, and this piece of crystal wave, and this piece of crystal wave, one at a time. I do it like that on purpose. And this piece, and this piece, and this piece, and this piece. And then she's like, wow. I'm like, yes. When you have a qualifier party, you get all of this. But if you don't want this, then you can use the Hostess credits and shop in the catalog how you want. Not to mention all the free and half price, or the half price things that you're gonna get and the thank you gift too. And they're like, whoa, mind blown. Okay, so I just did this for you, and this took a little bit of time, just a little bit, but that's okay. Then it's over with, right? We know it is. We have to go to the very next note card, and so I go to the next person, and I'm like, Allie, you have a question, don't you? You're dying to ask. Allie, go ahead and ask your question. And I hand her the note card with a ticket. Allie goes, Samantha, comma, that's what it says in there. Can I really make money selling Tupperware? Girl, that is a great question. I'm so excited that you asked me that question. And then I go through and say, yes, you can make money selling Tupperware. Let me show you how. And so I go straight to the kit. And I ask them to open it up and get their little pins out, and I say, I'm going to show you how you can make money selling Tupperware very quickly. And I have them do the math with me. I say, now, you can do as many or as little as you like. Well, let's just say you do 2 parties a week, because that is the average that we can say that you can make the most money out of Tupperware is 2 parties a week. No, you can make more, but like that's what we go by. So average party is $500 in sales. You can have this already done on a note card, because I would, because the math is hard for me. So $500 is our average party, and we make 25% of that. So it's $125 for about 3 to 4 hours of your time. So put 4 hours, 125 times 2 equals 8 hours, $250, which breaks down to about $31.25 an hour. I show them that first and ask them to write that down, because I want them to keep their catalogs. I want them to keep their catalogs. I'll say that again. I want them to keep their catalogs. I know that we want them back because we want to buy more, but them sitting on your shelf isn't making any money, right? I want them to keep this. And I say, okay, so now if you do that, you know, all week long for a whole month, let's times that by 4. So 250 times 4, right? And it's 8 hours times 4. So 250 times 4 is $1,000. 8 times 4 is 32 hours. So $1,000 divided by 32 is $31.25 an hour. So you're still making $31.25 an hour. That's $1,000 in your pocket. But now I want you to realize that at $500 times, that's 8 parties, that's $4,000 in sales. We have a bonus that we give you. When you do $4,000 or more, you get a 10% cash bonus. So you get to add $400 to that $1,000. So now you just made $1,400 in 1 month in 32 hours. Can you make that anywhere else at a part-time job? And I asked them that. That's how you make money in Tupperware. You can make so much more money if you start building a team and you decide that you want to do this as a full-time career, because I can tell you that most of us as 3-star directors and above make anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 a year, if not more. Some other ones do too. So I just want you to know that as a beginner starter level, as somebody's brand spanking new, can $1,400 a month make a difference in your life? And I asked them that. Could it? If you had $1,400 extra a month in your pocket, what would you do with it? And sometimes, depending on the crowd and how they're like responding to this, I might ask them. I ask tickets. Would you share with me what you would do with $1,400 a month, and I'll give you tickets? And then, you know, sometimes they share it. I don't go there all the time. It depends on it. Because then I say, I want you to see this kit right now, because everything you get in the kit, it's $99, but you can get it for $39 plus tax. And then I explain to them, you know, you do 2 months, you do $1,000 in sales, you get it paid off. Can you imagine making $1,400 a month in a business that you own for only $39 plus tax? That's a really big investment, or I mean a big, small investment and a big payout. And so I kind of talk to them about that. And then I go right into, I'm going to tell you 1 to 2 things I do. I either play the Fridge Smart game, or I go straight into asking questions about my job. And I'll tell you why. If I feel like I need to do a Fridge Smart game to like reel them in, then I will, which I'm clearly realizing that most of you don't know what that is because you're probably newer, which means I need to make a video of this, don't I? If you need me to make a video on the Fridge Smart game, comment below, because I never made a video on that, but I can. Let me know if you do, say yes, and I will. And I can post that. But, so anyways, if I go, this is so important no matter what you do, you say, ask me questions about my job, not about the product, anything else, just about my job. Just quickly explain. Okay, I will. I'm going to quickly explain. This is how I'm going to quickly explain it. Games at rare parties, right here. Click on that. And recruiting game, the Fridge Smart game, you can click on that. Word for word what I say at the Fridge Smart game. I know that I don't have a whole lot of time to go through the whole entire thing, but just so you know where to find it, word for word. I basically ask for things in their purse and ask them to throw it into the Fridge Smart. And that's it. I hope that helps that. Is that helpful? Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll do a video. That's fine. I'd love to. I love videos. So I ask them questions about my job, and I give them extra tickets, like 3 or 4 tickets. I give that to them because I want them to ask you questions about my job. And here's what the questions they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you, how many hours do you work? And you be honest, you know, and sometimes you can use, like, if you're not making a lot of hours or making a lot of money right now with Tupperware, then you can, you know, use somebody else's story. Like, my director's making this. This is my goal to make this. My director's, you know, she's got a car, which, you know, they have cars. Most of all of us do. You can say, and I'm working towards my car, right? So you can tell them what you're working towards, and you have your mentor who's already there, you know? And so that's something you can do. And ask a question about my job. You're going to be able to figure out and hone in on who's asking those questions, and those are your potential recruit leads. Okay, so my very last note card. I find somebody else. Johnny, do you have a question? Ask your question. Samantha, what is your deal of the day? Oh, Johnny, what a great question. I love that you asked what my deal of the day is. And it's always whatever the big thing is in the front of the catalog. Like, remember when it was the Fridge Smarts? This was my deal of the day. You buy one Fridge Smart set, you get the second one free, right? Right now it is, I literally just clean my office. And when you clean your office, you can't find anything, right? Oh, here it is, right next. The deal of the day is the pressure cooker set. Right here. You get the pressure cooker for $149 or $99, but you pay $149, which is what is in the catalog, and you get all this free, right? And so I usually tell them the deal of the day is whatever the big thing is in the sale flyer. I don't make anything else up. I use what Tupperware has, and they love it. Love it. Okay, and then I'm like, all right, guys, I'm pretty much done with the party, okay? But I still want them to listen to me. So I pass around my little fridge farm. Put your tickets in. I want to do my drawings. Put your tickets in. Don't you guys want drawings? And then I bring out my door prize drawing sheet, which I absolutely thought was the best door prize drawing sheet until recently. I think I'm going to have to change it, but it's still really, really good. So you can use this. And guess what? It's on the website on how to do a party at the very end. This is your door prize drawing. You now pass this out and say, all right, guys, I'm also going to do a door prize drawing. I need you to fill every single thing out. If you don't fill it out in full, you cannot win. So that means that if I pull your name out of here, Johnny, and you only fill out the top and not the bottom, you don't win. And then I say, you guys want to know what you're going to be playing for, fill this out for your door prize drawing? And they're like, yeah, what is it? A magic funnel. Remember I said you bring two? Nobody will leave it blank because they all want the magic funnel because I've already created the big thing with the funnel, right? And by the way, I sometimes play a dating game too instead of just stacking the hostess. I play this midget game, but I usually either stack the hostess or play a midget game. And I can't show you all my games, although I think it would probably be handy if we talked about how to do games. So maybe I can set something up to do that. Let me work on that. So anyway, the magic funnel. They're all filling it out, and I have all their tickets. So while they're filling that out, I pull tickets out. I usually give out 2 or 3 gifts. Depends on the size. I bring extra gifts with me. They just don't see them all. And it depends on the party. If I love this party and there's a lot of people there, I might give out 3 gifts. If there's like 1 or 2 people there and it's kind of like, get me out of here, then I might only do like 1 gift. You know, it just depends. So I'm a visual learner too, Jen. I'm with you. I might do a video more on that too. I love videos. Okay, so anyways, I pull out their things and then I'm like, all right. Let me know. And I get all their door prize drawing slips left, and I'm like, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Let's see who wins. And I pull it out. I'm like, oh, you win! Yay! They're so excited. I'm like, yay! I'm so excited you came to the party. I hope you guys had a super fantastically wonderful time. I'm gonna be doing orders, and I do set up a place that's away from everybody if I can. We're gonna do orders here. I can do them one at a time so that I can make sure that I get your order right and I don't make mistakes because I do make mistakes that if I'm rushed. And I tell them that because it's true. And then I do it one at a time. Who wants to go first? And then I always have somebody, I gotta go. Can you do me first? Sure. When I'm done, I sit down with her. One-on-one. Let me see what you're gonna order. It's my favorite part is seeing what people order. Oh, that's great. I might suggest things. Oh, do you know that if you get this with it, it actually makes it better? Da-da-da-da-da. Now, I want to let you know that you actually do qualify for a couple things. And she's like, I do, and you do. So always have your sale flyer with you. And if you can invest, remember I said you shouldn't invest in a whole lot of stuff, you should invest in this because I don't put this out on my display. I put this in front of me while I'm doing the checkouts. And I say, just so you know, you do qualify because you came to the party and you're a party goer to get this for only $15. Would you like me to go ahead and add that to your order? And I'm doing this. And she's like, sometimes, yeah, or yeah, or okay. And like, it's awesome. It's a really great gift. And it's really, I mean, that's a good price for it because you're saving $14.50. It's like half off. I'm like, okay, go ahead and throw that on there. Or no, thank you. No one's ever gotten mad at me. Now I look at their thing and I see, is there a purchase with purchase? Is there a purchase with purchase in here? Usually there is. I didn't look through this thing very much today. Is that a purchase with purchase in here? Kelly, is that right? Am I looking at it wrong? That's really weird. Okay. Anyways, if there's a purchase with purchase in here, which I think is weird, and I think there probably is if I'm missing it. It's got to be purchase with purchase. There's always purchase with purchase. There's one with the module name spell. Oh, okay. I knew there had to be. So I'm like, oh, you spent $55, so you can get this for $10. Or, yeah, just kind of look at it. Make sure you know what it is before you get there. Don't do what I just did in front of you guys, in front of them, because that doesn't look good, okay? So I go, oh, and you can qualify for this or that. Oh, okay, that's another one. Good thinking. Thank you. Thank you. See, look at that stuff beforehand. So I showed them the purchase with purchase because these are add-ons that people want to buy. And then I get their order, and I thank you so much. And I say, can you send in the next person? And then it's not me. I'm not going out going, who's next? Nope, it's them going, she's ready. Who's next? Who's ready? And it's not me doing it, and then I don't look like a bad guy. And they come in. Or they'll leave their order forms there and I'll say, oh, I have Susie's order form. Can you send her in for me? And that's it. That is as simple as it gets as my party. Do you guys feel like it's simple? Okay, like I have something. Hang on. I got questions. I usually put the door prize slip in the lap boards so it works better to pass them out. Yes, Kendra, never put them in lap boards, ever, ever, ever. Because as soon as they see them, they start to fill them out. I do not want you filling that door prize drawing slip out beforehand because you cannot fill out the bottom half because you don't even know if you got a good time or not. You know? No. When people put in those actually, I remember going to a training once and they said, I put the door prize drawing slips in the lap boards. I got freaked out. I was telling my team, don't do that. Don't listen to her. Don't do that. Put them at the end. I got a lot saying they wanted the shakers, but not the butter. I then replied, that's okay. I can order the set from the book for $19 that comes without the butter dish. To that, they respond, but this one is only $15. I was, yes, it's 3-piece. I can't bust it up, so they end up buying the set. But I did have 2 people just for the $19 from one from the book. Oh, that's funny, they did. Okay. They can, especially if they want the color, that's fine. But I say, that's all right, give it as a gift. You don't have to have the butter dish. But then they're like, but if I show them the butter dish and how great it is, like maybe sometimes they'll want it. I don't know, but you're right, Patricia. They'll do that. I love your lap boards. Definitely interested in your stickers. I'll post them. I'm going to make new stickers, don't you worry. If I don't post them soon, remind me, because you guys know I forget things. All right, any other questions for me at all? I actually did really good on time considering that I started late, didn't I? I hope you guys thought so. Any questions at all? Any comments? Anything at all that you want to ask me? Let me know, was this helpful? Did you like it? Did you get good ideas? Are you excited about doing your own parties? Guys, not being chatty. Oh, we had one. Thank you for this. I love the lap board idea. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yay. Okay, well, while you guys, I like the entire outline. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, can you show your lap board? I can show my lap board. They're not Christmas lights. That's my filming station. It's like a little fairy curtain. You're so funny. Okay, let's do Rubber Stubber Bumper Room. And then, actually, let me stop recording because I'm sure the recordings want to hear that real quick. So thanks, recording people, for watching.